Well, I remember a couple years back I went to the zoo and I saw the craziest thing. Yeah, we were walking around and me and a couple friends of mine were walking around. Then all of a sudden, we're checking out this gorilla and the gorilla starts picking its nose. And I'm going like, what the hell? It picks his nose and basically it eats it. And then it turns around, it takes its finger, goes up its, and then it, what? And I'm going like, what the hell? I said, I came to the zoo for this. And then we're walking around and we see two lions having sex, and I'm going like, what the hell is going on here?
What kind of zoo were you in?
Yeah, I said, is this like, what is this, the Masters of Sex or something? What's up with this? I said, it's a zoo. They're making this into some crazy stuff, but it's crazy. But I don't know. But zoos are nice, but children shouldn't be around stuff like this. Because
I couldn't get out of this filmmaker. He's like a dog with a bone. I couldn't get out of doing this podcast with him. And no, he's not on yet. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Dog with a bone.
You look. Your photo that comes on looks like you're much younger version of yourself now. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a common thing now. We all have. Did you? By the way, I know I'm going to say jump the gun a little bit and say that in your film, especially in the pharmacy, it looks like you're using a wide-angle lens.
Mm-hmm.
But possibly, there's a little bit of a fisheye thing going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate?
Sure. Yeah.
It's a wider. It seems like it's a wider angle than, or something. Anyway, so in honor of that, I decided to attach a wide-angle lens onto our conversation here.
Thank you.
You see how wide this is?
Yeah.
It's far more of my room here than most people see.
Are you in? Wait, we're recording right now, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to give away your location.
Oh, right. Yeah. I've been telling people Hudson. I've been kind of giving the listen. If you're, if you have bad intentions, I kind of welcome any visitors at all. So desperately lonely.
Yeah, no, I was just going to be like, oh, are you still living in blank?
Upstate, yeah. Well, I'm upstate. So I'm in the Hudson Valley. And
oh, so no, that's different.
Where was I last time?
Long Island.
That's not maybe Queens.
Yeah, Queens.
Yeah. I spent the last bunch of months in Queens. Yeah, at my dad's. Yeah. Then he passed away, and then I had to shut down his apartment and then I just decided, I thought, it's possible he may come home. I didn't know how, because he had been in a bigger apartment where if I had to live with him for an extended period, that would have worked out. But then at the last year, we moved him into a smaller apartment, and I wasn't sure how to make that work if I had to be with him, but he never came home. So on a sad note, but then I decided to, I needed a break from living in the city for years, and I was a little bit burnt out by the whole thing. So I thought I'll come up not too far north, and it's been terrific. I have really enjoying being up here.
Yeah, I'm in Dutchess County. We're kind of close if you're in Hudson.
I'm literally 2 minutes from Dutchess County, so I'm just over the border in Columbia.
Okay.
Now I'm giving away where I am, I guess.
Yeah, I got there.
Although there's a long border, north border is long. But okay, so if we could cut this part out then.
Well, I'm in Beacon.
Oh, you're in Beacon.
Mm-hmm.
I have another friend who's in Beacon. Do you know, I'm just kidding. But my friend Rob Featherstone, who is a cinematographer, though, he is in Beacon.
I don't know him.
He's in the film, but he does documentaries, so maybe that's why.
No, I mean, we moved here December 2019, and we were like, it's winter, so we had friends over. We weren't really meeting anybody, and then pandemic hit, so we still haven't really met anybody,
Right.
So I don't know anybody here.
Oh, okay. I'm going to send Rob over. Let me text him. You should meet this guy. He's a little older. I'm assuming he's closer to my age. I went to summer camp with him exactly, I think, one summer in 1990. Yeah, 1990. 30 years. I haven't seen him many years. We lived in Brooklyn at the same time for a while, but then we fell back in touch just online, and then he contacted me when he realized I was up here. But I'm another like 30 miles north, I think, of you.
Yeah, you're past Poughkeepsie, I see.
Yeah, another 20 miles. I'm gonna probably try to find a bigger place. I might move a little south. I will see how it works out. I don't know. I'm open to it. I took this place a little last minute. I was hoping for another place that would work out, and it just wasn't happening. And it's I'm renting, so I just ended up finding this place, and it's really cozy, but it's tight. It's tight. And my son was with me for a bunch of months, so I gave him this room, and I was like living in the living room, which isn't really ideal. I mean, if he comes back for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
But we make it work. But he's like a teenager, so he needs to have a bedroom.
Yeah, he needs a space.
Yeah. But I managed to work it out. So the moment he was gone, I just sort of stuck it over again and made it into my office / bedroom, but studio. But that's good. So maybe sometime soon I'll swing down, or you come up and we hang out.
Yeah, totally.
It's hard to kind of plan when we're up here. It's like barely 20 degrees, so it's not exactly great hanging out outside weather yet, but it will be in a couple months.
Yeah, give it some time. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure we're not more than like 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes apart. I mean, how far? Right?
Poughkeepsie's like 20 minutes from me, so.
Okay. It's about a half hour. So yeah, so it's about, say, 45 minutes. Maybe it's 45 minutes or so.
We'll do it. I drive now.
Yeah, and I've also got this place in also close on the other side of the river from Poughkeepsie. It's in a town, and Canadian friends own it, but they can't come down. They said, just please, you enjoy the house for as long as, because I don't know, they didn't know when they were going to be able to come back down. And even when they do, when they open the border, they felt like, who knows how mad frequently. So I have this place that I have access to, which is fantastic. It's got, I can camp there and make a fire pit, and I've had a few guests. We meet there, and it's been great. So that's much closer to you, because you just go across the river and up a little bit. You can go across the Beacon what is it called?
The Beacon Bridge. They changed the name, I think.
Yeah.
Beacon. Okay. Yeah, but the Beacon Bridge.
Anyway, so you go across and then up a little bit, probably about 15-minute drive or something. And so, but it's nice there. It's like in the mountains, much more in the Catskill kind of area. But
let's do it.
Where did you? So okay, so let's start. Christopher Bell. We'll start in earnest now. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We just finished talking about specific locations where we live, and so we decided to cut that part out. But we're both in the Hudson Valley area. We can say that.
Roughly, yeah.
So you're there full time now, upstate?
Yep.
Okay. That was a big. So that was more plotted out because you moved up there before the COVID pandemic. So.
Yeah, my wife and I were in Brooklyn for a little bit, and we had a terrible apartment. We needed to get out, and then we moved in with my in-laws so we could save money to end up getting a house. And we were looking in Beacon, and then we both had mental breakdowns. So it took a while to get out, and then we did get out. We got to Beacon. The prices were already like way higher than when we started looking, and then pandemic hit, and just 20 times worse. So
meaning financially?
Yeah, because everyone from Brooklyn was moving here, so the prices,
jacked up. Yeah,
even more so than they were getting. So that's not going to happen. But yeah, we're renting here now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was figuring wait it out a while and then figure out, because I wouldn't, even if I had the money to put down on a place, which I'm also waiting on. I don't know where I would exactly. I'm not sure where there's so many there's so many places, and what's the good long-term plan? And the advantage of where I am here is I do know a number of people, and I also like, if you know this area, I'm close to a bunch of towns which, culturally, arts as well as politics and other things are, just in the right place, for me. There's stuff happening here normally, not now. But so, like, I did get to go to the Woodstock Film Festival, for instance. I went to a drive-in, and that was about it. But next year, I guess I could do more. I think there'll be a lot more to do, but at least there's that, and otherwise, like right now I'm doing the Slamdance Film Festival, or leading up to it, I can do online, which is nice segue into our conversation, since you have a film at Slamdance.
I do. Oh, now I have to. Okay. My hair is like, it needs to be chaotic. Yeah. Well, yes, it needs to be chaotic, but it's like a little bit over the line. So like, I'm gonna see if this works better for me. So okay, I think that's
feel
better.
like okay, but I feel like I'm talking to a, maybe a, Little Red Riding Hood. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking.
So yes, I have a short film called Trammel. It's my first time as part of the Slamdance Film Festival. And
it's my first time going.
Yeah, so we're going. Yeah. We're on the same little boat. Yeah, Trammel is about an isolated man in upstate New York, small.
I was going to ask you. I wasn't sure where it was shot. The description doesn't state that.
Averill Park, New York, and that's near Troy, New York.
Oh, okay. So it's actually not too far from where I am. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this, but Albany, Troy, which are kind of sister cities or whatever, they're on opposite sides of the Hudson, I guess, which is very narrow up there. So it's like there's not even a toll bridge up there. But anyway, so Troy, okay, right near Troy, and this guy, he's had a hard life.
Yeah,
and you pick it up from the clues, of course. His name is Dale Smith.
Dale Smith.
And he's played by a man named Dale Smith.
Dale Smith, yeah. Get lazy sometimes, a lot of times. No, the movie is a lot of is led by Dale, and it's a lot of his, it's fiction and nonfiction. So we use a lot of his real life experiences and conversations and opinions and stuff like that.
Right.
So why confuse it with like a fake name? We're not gonna mess around with that.
And it's kind of shot documentary style. It's under in the festival.
Sorry, you're choppy. You're chopping out.
Yeah, I know. I unfortunately, I'm at the tail end of this arrangement with this horrible, cable company, which is coming to an end on Tuesday, mercifully, and I'm switching to a different company, which will be more reliable. So I apologize if the video gets choppy or something. The connection is not great. Let me know. I can repeat myself. But what I was saying is that even if you weren't sure what category it was under, or you hadn't read into it, you couldn't be certain if this were a documentary or a narrative. That's how realistic. And I assume Dale is not a professional actor, although I could be wrong.
He is, I guess you would say he's professional extra. He's been in a ton of stuff. He was in Sopranos. He's in Luke Cage. He's in all those, like, I think he's been in a Law and Order show. He's in Nurse Jackie. He said, I met him on a short film set, and then I re-met him on a music video Josephine Decker did that I was AC on. And then I just kept meeting him, and I'm like, oh, he's very interesting, unique, and we should work together.
Okay.
And here we are. But he makes his bread and butter. He's a messenger, and he also is an extra in various things.
I see.
So to have like a role kind of meaty role or whatever is not what he normally gets. So yeah, technically, he
Yeah,
would
so
be a
maybe
non-actor.
this was a big thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Does he live up there in that area, or is he?
No, he is a
Okay.
Bronx boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the film, in a way, I drew a line from Dale, who again is this individual who lives he's very, in a sense, maybe feeling socially isolated. He is not mostly due to his own personality. While there's nothing aberrant about him. He just just feels probably less comfortable schmoozing or whatever, but he does schmooze with one person, who is the local pharmacist, Mohammad, right? So but I was made a connection in terms of his life and this which you learn a bit through the course of his conversations with Mohammad, if you want to call them conversations, but how certain people end up the way they do, with the painful experiences. I mean, it is almost like this, as I hear Mary Trump, Donald Trump's niece, right, describe her uncle and how he's brought up so horrendously.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to separate that from this monster, but it just, if you can isolate the way he was brought up, you would have a certain amount of sympathy, probably, or empathy for him, because it was such terrible circumstances. The absence of love and a disconnect from his parents. I mean, this stuff that can really fuck somebody up. You could see how in different circumstances Dale could become like a Donald Trump. I mean, there's not that broad a distance there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't exist in a vacuum. So I wanted to give the kind of context of just like, here is a very like depressed area, deindustrialized. We don't really give too much, but I hope to show like how isolating it is. There's no jobs. There's no, in particular, community centers of any kind, which is why like his only friend is like a local pharmacist, a service employee, and he reveals his past. His life with his mom, his dad, losing his job, his house, and all that stuff. So that's very
listening.
Yeah, and this is all very traumatic, and you also get the feeling that he doesn't have an outlet at all. So it's very dark, and it's less about the individual than about like all of these things that don't really need to be this way. We can have community centers. We can have like nice places for people to live and safety net for people and so on. But we don't have that, and this is what happens, and it's just very devastating and sad. But nobody's seen it and they're listening to this. It's pretty funny in the beginning. The movie, I'll say that, because there's some, there's always humor and all this stuff. We're funny people.
How many shorts have you made to date then? Because I don't. You lost count? You are not keeping count?
Yeah, no. Geez, I don't know. And then there's like secret ones, right? That you don't want anyone to know about. A lot. I don't know, 8, 9.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's not that many.
Yeah, it's really not.
Because
whatever.
You've been doing it for a while. I was talking to Guy Nativ, who is a Israeli-born but an American filmmaker. He did Skin. I don't know if you saw the short. It won the Oscar, and then he made it into a feature. And he still continues to make shorts, but he's very, and we talked about it, but it's very unusual after a while, because shorts are like to usually a process of getting to make features usually, and then you don't you make a couple and then you move on to, but you like the form. And I don't think that's right or wrong. I'm not making a judgment about it at all.
Yeah, it's unusual for people to keep doing that, but it's just like, I need to get better. They're much easier to mount, and then sometimes you have stories that
That's
just
for sure. Right.
They're more, here's a small snip at a time. It could be more poetic if it's small. If you load it up and make it a feature, then you feel that kind of extra like crap, and you don't want to do it. But it is interesting because people always think like, oh, so you're making all these shorts, so like you're gonna put them together to be a feature, and it's like, no, come on. And but I just recently like
Somebody
mapped
said
out
that?
many people, but I mapped out a way that I can do that. But now it's like all new short films, so like I might do that going forward. But to slap them all together for no reason is, not something I want to do.
But you could do right now is a good time to make shorts. You can, as you say, you can do that relatively, quickly and smoothly under these very, challenging circumstances.
Yeah, I guess odds are if you're shooting and a short takes a day or two, that's less risk for COVID than shooting for a week or two.
In a matter of but also I mean there are protocols you can follow which even which would minimize any problems even more so. So it's possible to do it. But so you have like 3 people in this short in Trammel, right? How do you pronounce it?
Trammel, yeah.
Trammel. You have 3 people, maybe 2.5. You have Dale, and you have the Mohammad again, who's the pharmacist, and then you have somebody else who works at that place at the very end, I think. And then
wife cameo.
Anybody else? Did I miss anybody in the diner? Was there even a waiter or something?
No.
So
no. Yeah, just the 3.
Was it? How did you arrange shooting in that store? Was that they just said, listen, we more people the merrier. It's kind of quiet here.
Yeah. I don't know. My producer arranged that. And that was very nice.
John?
Yes, John Yost.
Yost, friend.
He arranged that, and it was just the guy who owned the pharmacy was very nice about it. And we were only there for half a day. We kind of prepped the day before, like lit everything, and then went in and shot the following day. And everyone was really nice. Yeah, I think there was like towards the back, there's like a little grill area that's like run independently, and the owner of that was kind of like giving us a hard time. But it almost felt like a kind of character Dale situation where like she was getting involved because she was kind of bored. So she's just like we're setting everything up, and like she keeps checking the ice cream freezer to make sure that we didn't accidentally knock it open and melt all the treats. But she just wanted to talk to us. I don't know. Everyone was nice. She was nice too.
Is Mohammad an actor too, or who's he?
Yeah, Mohammad, we worked together on my feature Wins 2012, something like that. And I've done a couple other things. He was in my second feature, and we did a couple shorts together. So he acts here and there. He mostly does art design, like production design.
Gotcha.
For commercials and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he does extra work too. He gets to be, I don't know if they still do this. I mean, I imagine they do. I don't know to what degree, but he would be like Muslim terrorist, Islamic terrorist, that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's would get a lot of work these days.
Yeah. He was doing that a lot.
I played a pharmacist in a feature.
Oh yeah.
Just mentioning it.
Go on.
No, it's a horror film, and I can't. And now I'm forgetting I had this great line, and I'm now forgetting it. But I have 2 lines. But it was. I enjoyed it. I played it for. It was like kind of a horror film, and it was a bit of it. Took place, I think, in the 70s.
What film?
Well, it's on. It last was called what's it called? Now I'm going to embarrass myself because it's. Do you know the filmmaker? I don't know if you'll know him. His name is A.D. Calvo.
Oh, that sounds really familiar. Yeah.
He did a film called The Missing Girl, and then with Robert Longworth, and then this was his follow-up. Sorry, my brain, I guess, is a little...
I got you. Sweet, Sweet Lonely Girl?
That's the one. I knew the girl part was in there again. Sweet, Sweet Lonely Girl. I'm in there. So I think it's under pharmacist.
Yeah, you are. A.D. Calvo.
Shudder. I'm not sure where one finds it now. Probably just on iTunes is my guess. But and there was talk of doing a sequel, and I was maybe going to be brought back for that, but nothing's come of it, surprisingly. But I'm not afraid. I'm a good actor myself. Like I can do it but I need time because I do so little of it that I don't know. I don't have the tricks to prepare like as an actor, so I need a little bit more time. So if you're shooting, you expect me to hit the ground running. I can't guarantee. So because you have to get comfortable and so it just takes me a little long. Once I'm doing it and have the opportunity, then I get comfortable and I fall into it, and then
you got to warm the juices
a little bit. It's true. It's very true. I have a lot of admiration for actors.
Totally, yeah.
And tell me about so was Slamdance. This is your first? You said this is the first time you've had a film in Slamdance?
Yes.
That's got to feel good though, because it's a great festival.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying. It's not like this is the first time I tried. I like their ethos. They got so it's programmed by former members, so it's got this kind of egalitarian, like we're all working together. There's no like institution, like I got here because my dad is this person. They don't have any of that. It really feels like a little community that keeps growing and growing. So it's nice to finally be part of that. And this is the digital version, so I'm excited to see what it looks like with no boundaries. No that physical limitation. We'll see. 15,000 people signed up for a festival pass so far. So
it's incredible.
How many hits?
Now the boundaries, right there. I guess you don't have to travel there. So I've been able to go to a number of festivals or participate in a number of festivals that I've never done before, that I've and I'm hoping in a way it smooths the way for when one can go there again. I don't know what that's going to look like or when that's going to happen. Certain festivals that have a lot more money could find other solutions, like a hub of their festival, maybe regional hubs, maybe one in New York. If they're not, like a Sundance could probably do a New York hub and an LA hub, rather than make people travel to Park City. I don't know if Slamdance has that capacity to do such a thing. And but for somebody like yourself, who's probably, I'm gonna guess, has had films in how many festivals collectively over the years? Dozens, and I'm guessing
probably a dozen.
How many films, short and long, and features have you made?
Short, I don't know. Features, I have two.
Festivals.
Oh, that have been in festivals. I guess let's say 24 festivals.
Oh, that's not as many as I thought.
Yeah.
Because you could have one short. It could be in 10 festivals.
Yeah, no, I never had like the kind of banger thing that plays like multiple festivals per month, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's just hard, like submission fees, and then it's just like how many people do you email, and where did you premiere? Are people going to pay attention to you? That kind of thing. Which is good. Slamdance is good because now it's just like, oh well, you have that kind of thumbs up from a reputable platform, and then hopefully we'll see.
Sure.
Trammel, who knows what the future will hold.
Exactly. So if you're watching and you're a programmer, check out. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to play a clip from it. I downloaded it because your Vimeo link allowed me to download it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I would play a clip from it. Shall we go to a clip?
Let's do it.
That was wonderful. See, no, I'm saying, but we can.
I hear it.
I enjoyed it as much this time. Just that little clip we just watched. No, but we can talk. You should let me know maybe what to edit out. Like maybe I could edit out 30 seconds of Trammel.
Mm-hmm.
It's only about 12 minutes. No, it's more. Yeah, it's about 11, 12 minutes long.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I rewatched it. You know, obviously, just leading up to this because I watched it when you sent it, and then, you know, now I'm watching. I've only seen 2 features from this Slamdance, but this one I just watched called A Family. I know this is about your film, but if you get a chance, I'm sure you can watch everything that's in the festival.
Yeah, I'm going to
check out that film.
Family, okay.
A Family. It's a Ukraine, an Australian Ukraine production or something, but it's just great. It sort of feels like a Romanian film. The pacing and the long, and there's a lot of quiet and space around the dialogue, but it's really it's just the people are terrific in it. The actors are just terrific.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited now.
It's a great idea. So yeah, watch that one.
What's the other one?
Well, I watched this one called Brixton Tale, but the audio wasn't fantastic on that.
Okay.
And they all have fairly thick. The girl who's the lead is this emerging actor. She's seen her in a couple of things. She's this ginger-headed actor who I'm sure you might recognize because she's popping up more and more now. But so it was a good cast. It's just that I had a difficult time with the audio mix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
with the heavy accents. Yeah, my friend Matt's film A Black Rift Begins to Yawn is playing in the section where you can, because he's already had a feature play, so this is like for people who are deeper into their career. I kind of forget what the section is called, but the movie is called A Black Rift Begins to Yawn. Very, very good.
Black Rift Begins to Yawn. It's a feature?
Yes.
Oh, I'll definitely watch it. What's the filmmaker, Matt? Who?
Matthew Wade.
Matthew Wade?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know him. Why am I talking to you?
Because we know each other.
We do. When did that start? When did we meet? Was the do you remember? I was trying to remember.
I met you when we were both doing critic stuff, like interviewing. I remember, was it Claire Denis and Isabelle Huppert? I remember that, like a press roundtable for that. For White Material?
White Material.
Mm-hmm.
I do, yeah. I had, I know that was you were in that little group that we were sitting in the hotel room?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was something. It was so intense.
Yeah.
These 2 women were, but interestingly, Isabelle was recently in Ira Sachs's last feature film, which was a European production location. Nobody saw it.
That sucks.
It's not, he decided to shoot this in Europe. I'm sure it's just because all the financing was European. Mm-hmm. And Isabella was the lead in it. And then so they did press. I was invited to do that again. So I actually had another chance to sit with her. This time, much better, much more fun. And it's a great episode. And so if you get a chance, Ira and Isabel on the podcast, just an audio thing. This is way before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But okay. Interesting. So that had to be before I was even doing the podcast, possibly. I don't know. Or maybe I was doing it, but that was obviously an occasion where I couldn't record it because I was with a group. So I don't know.
I feel like it was like even pre-podcast, like as a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of when that movie came out.
But they weren't a thing. Yeah. So they existed, but they weren't a popular form of media. Who would have known? And then now that with the pandemic, this last year, I'm sure the number of podcasts has doubled.
Sure, yeah.
Because everybody does one, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I'm sure you can do one.
I can't look it up. I can't look up when White Material came out.
Oh no, it was a good 7-8 years ago, minimum. Right?
Yeah.
A good 8-9 years ago, maybe.
Well, now I've made so many films that like that's my barometer for life.
Sure, that makes sense.
Barometer.
Right. What was I
so
making at that time would be your thing. So you know what year you have associations.
Yeah. So my feature premiered in 2015 at Northside, so it had to be before 2015.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I would say it was, and because I started the show was an internet radio show, which was done in a studio, although I could sometimes get the recording equipment they had, which was just essentially a Zoom and a mic. But I wouldn't have done that at a what we call round table, which is when there's multiple people in one room together. I did that for a while, and why am I doing this? This is a complete waste of time in terms of any kind of real connection. But you know, like in a way, most anything you're doing is this, you know, and you're early in the process, you do it. And I did create relationships with publicists and just you know so they got to know me, and I followed up with whatever pieces that I would write, and ultimately started recording. So you know, and when I started Filmwax on my own, you know, I got a few publicists early on just to back me in the sense of, you know, because I was doing my own thing, I wasn't reporting to some bigger outlet.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to a couple of my publicists friends, well, or that I had good relationships with, and asked them if they would, you know, invite me as my own entity to do some interviews and stuff. And so, you know, fortunately, that's how it started. You know.
It was kind of tough. Like you wanted the one-on-one interview, but sometimes they would like power move you into the round table. So it's just like I might get one question, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I've done it, I did it exactly one time with a French filmmaker, and she has since died. So if you can guess who. And I was able to, and I was recording, and I was sitting right next to her, and it worked out okay because I was able to edit it in such a way, you know, that it appears that she was on the podcast. But anyway, but I digress. I don't know. Well, we've kind of already explained your film, and that it's at. So people go to Slamdance. Do you remember the dates for the festival off the top? That's the only thing I didn't write down.
February 12th to 25th.
Thank you. It will be available, so you can. And also, can you buy just a ticket? Can you just buy like a ticket just to see your short, for instance, or do you have to buy packages or a bag?
Yeah, I think it's I think they only sell the pass, but the pass is like $10, so you can see everything for that $10. And if you can't, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Well, I'll find out and we'll figure it out. But you know, my goodness, what a deal!
It's a good deal. It's a lot of flicks, to catch.
And they're going to be out, and then they're going to be out in theaters or in virtual cinemas, or however, and people are going to have to pay far more to see them then.
To see one picture,
or even to go on, you know, some I don't know. Certain sites you have to pay to see them still, right? Pay per view, I guess.
Archaic dinosaurs. Unbelievable.
Right. Well, what do you got? Anything in the works? Or are you just waiting it out a little bit, or you get kind of your ducks in a row for your next project?
Yeah, so I was supposed to shoot something else in 2020, another feature, and didn't happen. Yeah, didn't happen. I don't need to tell anybody why. We don't need to get into that. But you know, it was like I was depressed. The world was falling apart. Who cares about movies? And then I was just like, okay, well, if I don't care, like that's my outlet. I need to do it. So I was working with my local mutual aid group, and that felt good. And you start to get a little bit more inspired. Let me do this. So started a feature with Dale again, and I'm co-directing that with the DP on Trammel, Mitch Bloomer. So we're almost done with that. And
because
what?
So you're actually shooting the film?
Yeah. Dale is a messenger. That's what he does in real life, and we based a movie around that. So he was always working.
Right. Did you know the scenes in the film, your film with him as a messenger? Was he actually delivering actual on during the film? Was he making deliveries? No.
In the words, one we're doing now?
Yeah.
Yes. Some of them we wrote, and some of them are him actually like on the move.
Okay.
Yeah. So we wrote like a nonfiction fiction kind of thing, and we're almost done shooting that. Yeah. The classic descriptor. So yeah, that is done, and it's just like we've had a lot of time to write. And if people really like Trammel, there is like a version of that would be good as like a web series kind of. Dipping in with Dale, came up with like Dale and a roommate, and they like kind of clash, and it's like very similar in like in tone. So we can do that, and I believe we're going to start doing that, or shoot the pilot, the version of that in summer. And yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of Dale stuff, and I'm working on a George W. Bush documentary for a long time, so I hope to finish that very soon. And then I got to do that other feature I was going to do at some point. When the world becomes a little bit healthier again, we can do that.
And we're getting there. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I can't call it a podcast anymore because it's sort of evolved into something other than that. But and just let's do this again soon. When you have more stuff to talk about, or the next thing is out, or any excuse.
Heck yeah. I don't need an excuse.
You don't even need an excuse.
I don't think so.
True. No, we're friends, so, and we're neighbors almost.
Hey.
In the scheme of things.
Damn right.
All right, man.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Next time it'll be better. Take care. And next time we'll have better hair. We'll have better, Wi-Fi.
Your hair looks good.
No, thank you. I have hair. I'm I'm in my 50s, and it's not even a hair weave. So implants, whatever. Yeah. All right. Take it easy.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Pleasure.